Hello, my name is Rita Mamonne, and I was principal here at Monsignor Percy Johnson. And when I received this wonderful invitation to celebrate Monsignor Percy Johnson's 40th birthday, I was prompted to reread the daily gratitude journal that I've been keeping for many years. During my years at Monsignor Percy Johnson, the words I wrote the most often were blessings, gratitude, family, hearts, generosity, spirit, and inspiration. So this question about memorable events prompts many memorable events, none of which could have taken place without the incredible support, commitment, and dedication of our teams, all of our teams, teaching team, custodial, secretarial, guidance, chaplaincy, support staff, and my amazing admin team. The events include, but are not limited to, things like the Thanksgiving and Christmas food drives and the markets, student performances of all kinds, festivals, champions, sports events, PD Day activities, such as the day that as a staff we all got together and made lunches for homeless people. And then we went out, got on the subway, got out and delivered those lunches downtown, and along with some warm socks and things like that. It was just an epic event, and there were many such events of that nature where we all worked together, and we all came together cohesively, and I believe that that made our motto, "Heart speaks to heart," tangible. It made it tangible to me. And as memorable events go as well, I just can't help but remember the 2 of the years that I was here where the pandemic was very much at the center of our daily being new to absolutely everybody, to absolutely everyone. This was a brand new thing. And it's astounding now, and when I look back at my journals, I realize how much I learned from all of that experience. After March of 2020, we were all of us, staff, students, parents, all stakeholders, experiencing this new normal of hybrid teaching and learning together. And we had similar fears, hesitations, frustrations, having classes and staff meetings that, to be honest, sometimes were a bit awkward with all the black squares on the screen, but we adapted, and we really learned afterwards, especially when I reflected on this, how we came together as a staff and students and parents and other stakeholders when we were finally able to come back to the building. And all of this had a tremendous impact. All of it combined had a tremendous impact on staff, students, and parents. Everyone was definitely affected by all of the ways that it did affect them. In some cases, family members that were no longer employed, or that had, even more tragically lost their lives to this thing that was happening to all of us. We all had experiences with the technology, the frustrations around it, and the can you hear me and can you not hear me, and okay, now I can hear you, all of the problems that we faced all together. And this new normal was something that we all experienced together. Definitely students and parents and everyone concerned really felt it when we couldn't really celebrate graduations the way we're used to a graduation, and other events too. Like we came back together again in person, but 6 feet apart. And I always will remember that particular summer getting ready for the September of 2021 when we were coming back. And during that summer, I had exactly 4 days of holidays. And because we had to get the school ready, we had to redesign the entire school in order to accommodate all the restrictions and to make sure that everybody was safe. So certainly, you know, with the help of my admin team, with the help of a lot of different people, and the support of our school board, we were able to do that. And amid all of this, there was one thing that we could count on to really help us through, and that was laughter, humor, just being able to, you know, laugh with each other about certain things, no matter how difficult they were. We always tried to see the humor. And so that was really, really important. And during that time, I got to know really well our ISP students and staff. And the reason that that's so important is because that's when a lot of the laughter happened. We just laughed all together. It did bring us together in so many ways, and I learned so much about the ISP students, and why we laughed so hard together was that the students got to know my love for classic rock music. So there was a couple of students in particular that were as passionate about classic rock as I was. So the conversations we had about Led Zeppelin and AC/DC and the Beatles and all of that were things that at times, you know, that laughter brought us through the reality that we were going through. But can't say enough about the staff who came together, you know, with our ISP kids and all the things I learned from them. So laughter has always been a really good part of everything. Other things that really made me laugh, there were when the students got to know me a little bit better, they started coming up with nicknames for me. So having the name Mamonne prompted them to become pretty creative about what to, you know, about the way they could reshuffle that name. So one of them was, you know, because I walked the halls a lot, like I was always around, and students would, especially when they were not where they were supposed to be, they would say, "Oh, here comes the Monerator. Oh, okay, miss, okay, we're going to class." But calling me Monerator, that made me laugh every time. And of course, they knew me well enough to know when they should prompt some kind of a chuckle. But then, you know, then they went to class. Another nickname I remember fondly was born from that thing about the classic rock, and they used to sing down the hall, "Monet, Monet, Monet, Monet," and they used to sing it loud, and then especially when they could see that I was approaching them with, you know, some kind of messaging that I wanted to get to them. But those things were things that when I learned how much more important having a sense of humor was, more than ever before. It was really important as a balance between the serious stuff and, you know, and how we could deal with it together. So I appreciated really finding the humor in situations, and, you know, where appropriate, of course, to share with staff and students. There are certain defining moments that come to mind. And one of them that really comes to mind that touched me deeply and I felt really defined, was a defining moment for me, was the shared, we had all grade 11 students were taking Native Studies English, and part of the culminating celebrations of that was when we had an authentic Indigenous food catered by an authentic Indigenous chef who has a very lovely business that I still want to patronize because it's so beautiful, her food. And when we all came together, students and staff, with the grade 11s who had taken this Native Studies course, and we did this twice a year, once at the end of each semester, it's amazing the way the kids told each other stories, the way they shared stories with each other, the learning, and especially when the kids had met Indigenous students in different areas in various trips, and sometimes even became pen pals with the kids. And the reason it's such a defining moment for me is because of conversations that alluded to the fact that their conclusion after meeting the kids with totally different traditions and cultures from theirs was that there were so many more things that were similar about them than those that were different. And they started to sort of adopt this. When students and staff generally, begin to adopt this, it is truly a defining moment of those real aha moments of learning, of deep learning and deep meaning, in addition to the curriculum. So lots more to say, but I'll keep it at this for now. And I'm so grateful for this experience and being able to be part of this celebration of Monsignor Percy Johnson's 40th birthday. So thank you so much to all the people who organized this, and I'm just so grateful. I continue to be grateful, and as soon as I get home, I'm going to my gratitude journal and write some more. Thank you so much.